Hello and welcome to the final 9 of the 2024 Texas State Disc Golf Championships presented by Lone Star Discs, and happy Easter also. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker, and I will be thinking about that chocolate the rest of the round.
That's all I'm thinking about currently. I don't even know what we're doing. Oh, it's the final 9. Tight battle up top. Anniken's then able to take the lead after starting in a tie with Own. Own, 1 stroke back. Kristin, 2 strokes back of the lead. Kind of a tense feeling on the card we mentioned in the front 9. It feels like a lot is on the line here. Anniken's first potential win. Kristin hasn't won in a minute. Own always just wants it, but she's not nailing those circle 2 putts. Sarah Hokom, a little far back of our leaders in a tie for 10th, just kind of jockeying for position at this point.
Yeah, Kristin has gotten second place the last 2 years at this event, so definitely in the hunt. Also had her worst major finish since 2019 last week, so she's hungry.
Dismal 6th place. All 10s of par 3, 325. Most women take the route the drone is flying, but our lead card ladies, as we saw yesterday, a lot of them taking the outside open left line. It's kind of a tight gap with that really tiny tree on the left. You can go left or right of it. Most going to go right of it. And then it's really open after that. It can be tough to putt on this little mound. And this is a typical result as almost every hole is out here landing in circle 2. Smooth hyzer from Anniken.
Yep. Narrowly avoiding that little teeny tree, but getting through to the open space.
It is weird how much that tiny tree is right in the line. And just another classic example of these ladies taking kind of a different route than most of the field and why it's gotten them onto lead card.
Yeah, just over half the field got to circle 2 in regulation, only 8 people getting to circle 1.
Own with really good power on it does get caught up by that stump right before the circle. No one inside, everyone long looks, and this is risky. You can get rollaways on this one pretty easily. Anniken just going to lay up.
Sarah definitely trying to capitalize here.
Yeah, she's in a tie for 10th, but I would say that the back 9 has been playing easier with lots of birdies out there than the front.
Definitely playing easier for forehands or lefties.
Yeah. And still not quite hitting as many circle 2s as we normally see. Oh, wow. Man, that deserves a fist bump. Kristin going to bring it in to 1 of our leaders. She's tied with Own now.
Everyone else just almost laying up, and Kristin just dead center, uphill putt. 1 of only 6 birdies on the day.
And that confident walk in towards the basket. I'm going to try to not say that was huge too many times, but it really was.
It is a big deal at this point in the round, bringing her within 1 stroke of the lead now, tying it up with Own.
We really haven't seen this yet this year. We've seen a couple, close races between 2 competitors, but to have 3 so close together is pretty wild.
Rebecca Cox currently shooting that hot round 8 down through 15. Maybe on her way to double digits. Hole 11 at 630 feet. One of the more difficult par 4s of the day. This drone makes the fairway look so wide, but when you're out there, it's very narrow and very difficult to get your disc to navigate away from that line of trees on the right-hand side and not go out of bounds on the left side. Left-handed players definitely have an advantage here on getting big distance on the tee shot. Your second shot, you want to go ideally around that more bushy tree on the left-hand side and land so you do have an open putt. If you land on the short side, it's a really challenging putt at the basket over the top of the ant mound.
Or if you're on the mound, you have weird footing or you're putting downhill. It's strange.
Kristin does a great job here of keeping the disc nice and low, but still really powerful. Doesn't push out of bounds and doesn't even have to worry about it hitting those trees on the right.
Anniken with a stable, swirly S-Blend Emperor. Looking great.
Yep, able to get huge, effortless distance.
Yeah, she does throw so far and does not look like she's doing much. Mm-hmm. Really smooth power. A lot of turn on this one. It is flexing back. Hokom, not super close to OB, but a little closer than you might want to be. It is kind of nice, as Madison said, to go around on that second shot, to have an open putt. A little easier from the left.
Yeah, Owen's going to work the sidearm as well, really turning this one over.
Huge flex.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, it's in. It's on the other side of that path.
Exactly how she drew it up. I like how she's really lengthening these dances.
Yeah. By the end of the year, man, they're going to be calling time.
Yeah.
I think it's 30 seconds of dancing. Like, that's enough.
There's going to be a new NFL rule. Like, you can't celebrate.
Yeah. Gratuitous celebration.
Yeah.
Hokom, I think, getting into circle 2 or nearly. Anniken going next. Trying to go out around this tree. She's definitely close.
Oh,
it's perfect.
Yeah, holds
almost
up.
Perfect.
Yeah, holds up nicely. Barely gets around the tree, and she's on the ant mound like Erika was talking about with some funny footing.
Yeah, it's nice, I think, to maybe get a straddle putt from there. It's a little awkward.
Out of her hand, Kristin knows that she didn't quite give it the distance she wanted to. A little more nose up, but it's fine. It's inside the circle. Again, a challenging putt similar to what Anniken is dealing with.
Owen, being so far on this left side near the out of bounds, has a more open shot than Kristin and Anniken, but it does not really work. I think is she inside the circle or out?
I think she's right on the edge.
Okay. Hokom just laying up. It's fine. I'm going to stop saying there. It's an important one here, but it is. And she hairballs, and that's a big comebacker. Maybe longer than what she just had.
Huh.
And with Kristin and Anniken right there, that's oof.
Wow, there we go.
Good for the comebacker, though. Kristin from 23 feet or so.
So solid.
4 in a row.
Another roseate spoonbill on the weekend for Kristin Tattar.
Yeah, she's had a lot of those. And the nerves.
Thankfully, that checks up. I could very easily have rolled.
Kristin going to tie it up through 11. She's 7 down. Made up a 3-stroke deficit to get here.
Anniken looking human for the first time in 3 rounds.
Yeah. Wow. That was cool.
And
man, not the... I don't have words.
Yeah.
Just wow.
This is very exciting. And Owen's still just 1 stroke back. Her putts start dropping.
Hole 12, a par 4. We've seen Evelina at least have an eagle look at this with a big turnover shot. It's only 465. There's a mandatory on the right, but you really have to yank one over there to find it. Well, I can't even say that. They pulled off the OB line on the left, so we see a lot of women just going straight and then taking the left side up. The drone flew the right side, which is more the flex line backhand, or you can throw a sidearm there and then just chip up a backhand. You can kind of do whatever you want, but you should birdie it.
Yeah, this is the easiest hole of the day.
I think it has been every day.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, really smooth shot from Kristin. Just a little pitch up from there. Should be an easy birdie. Anniken's gone on the left side out and around. And she's doing the same today. Ooh, that's a friendly roll. It can be kind of tough if you're in that group of trees. Great distance.
So the last 2 rounds, this is where both Kristin and Owen have really started to heat up and card a bunch of birdies.
Hokom works the flex sidearm, lands in a similar spot to Anniken. Owen looking to do the same. Really flexy.
Big distance. In years prior, that would have been out of bounds, but now there's plenty of room out there to work. Sarah with a very technical, sharp-angled line. She puts it right outside the bullseye.
Owen up next. Forehand, backhand, we don't know.
Okay, backhand. Right
yeah,
side, right?
Backhand is the one that makes sense for sure. Perfect. Oh, yeah. So easy.
Ooh, really riding that little tree line on the left, but perfectly right outside the bullseye as well. Kristin, the closest to the pin, if it wasn't for this line of trees, would almost be putting.
Mm-hmm. She chips up nicely. Lead card ladies making this look super easy.
Thankfully, that is just for a par, which doesn't feel great on this one because half the field birdied it.
Yeah, it feels like a bogey. Oh. Kristin gonna have about the same putt, maybe just a bit longer after that miss. Oh, I believe, okay, so we were told what she's talking about here is that there was some noise during her putt from, I believe, a spectator that was really distracting.
Yeah, a really nice sized gallery at Texas State's every year. And trying to manage the gallery is always a feat in and of itself.
And, I mean, distractions are going to happen, but it just sounded like the timing of it was particularly rough.
And in a really big moment, because now Anniken will pull away.
Retake the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And Owen's now tied with Kristin again.
Hole 13, 315 feet, a par 3. That is gettable by everyone in the field, but it is such a technical little line if you're forced to throw the backhand. I think we'll see most of the ladies on our lead card throw the right finishing shot with a forehand, and Anniken likely taking a backhand hyzer like we've seen in days prior. There's so much more space over there to work with. It's all about just making sure you come in softly, because this hard pan green, you can get a big skip and find yourself in the rough on the right.
There was a right to left wind here. So as Madison said, the forehand or backhand, left-handed backhand, nailed it, is the ideal play. If you go right-hand backhand, the wind kind of pushed it outside the circle.
Owen showing the underside of that disc a little too early, but it works out.
Yeah, I mean, fighting against the wind, so. She's in the circle.
Oh, I had it backwards in my head. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, yeah. No putting required. Kristin putting it in the bullseye with her orbit grace.
Flexes at the noisy crowd.
Bring it. I think it was just one person.
Yeah.
It's not intentional. Hokom leaves it just a little bit wide. She's going to be about 40. Oh, no, she's not. What is distance? What is time? What realm are we in?
Yeah, the red bullseye
tassels
and
got
the
me.
orange, yeah. Anniken, big putt.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. That is a clutch putt right there.
Yeah, it is.
Knowing that Kristin is parked from a tester distance.
Own bans it. And that's not good. There's still time.
Sarah able to add some green to her scorecard finally after some putting issues and just barely being off the line. Kristin absolutely parked and 1 stroke back still from Anniken and 1 stroke ahead of Own now, who's going to take a par.
Just such a tight race this entire round.
Sure is. And like I said on the last hole, this is right where both Own and Kristin the last 2 days have really kind of taken off from everybody else, gotten a lot of birdies in a row. This is where Kristin had her 7 in a row stretch yesterday. Anniken, of course, no schlub herself. She is also stacking up birdies. But yeah, Own and Kristin really seem to favor these next few holes.
Hole 14, 513 feet. Very technical, though. These ladies going to throw a sidearm, Anniken the backhand, getting as far as they can around the corner, pushing deep towards that OB line on the left opens up the next shot. But if you land short of that, you just need a left to right moving shot finishing towards this green. There is OB on the right as you get up there. There's some water down that hill. We haven't seen anyone deal with it yet. It was largely a headwind here. And that's a great shot.
Yeah, that was some good distance. She's putting it out, pushing more straight than necessarily right, really opening up that second shot.
Might be more left to right, actually, which is helpful. They don't seem to care if it's windy, though. Nice looking forehand from Kristin. Hokom now in a tie for 7th after that birdie. She's going a little bit straighter and deeper, which is just fine.
Oh, not wrapping the corner as tightly as she has in days prior. Getting some good ground play at the end. How far do we think she is here? 200?
I'm going to say 225. A little more than 200.
Another green that's pretty hard pan. You do have to really make sure you come in softly here.
It could even be farther, honestly. I mean, it says 513, but the way it's shaped and how straight she pushed, it could have been closer to 250. I think this closer to that, just over 200 mark. Oh, yeah. Kristin parking it again.
Yeah, coming in with just perfect speed.
Just putting so much pressure on Anniken, who's answering every time.
Own finding a patch of clovers and just gluing outside the circle.
That'll be a big putt to stay within 1 of the leader. Parentheses S. Parentheses. Man. Nice. Gets a little bit more ground play than she wants, but Anniken's inside the circle.
That's a little bit more work than I want with Kristin parked.
Yeah. I know. Usually those check up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. I'm going to drop back to 2 strokes out of the lead with Kristin parked. This is to maintain first.
Oh
wow.
my gosh.
I love the smile afterward.
I feel like she shook her head a little like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
I'm still doing it.
Yep.
Just pure joy.
Just trusting that routine right back at the gallery. No distractions. Oh.
And my math was bad. Owen is 3 strokes back of the leader.
Honk.
2 strokes back of Kristin. Honk.
What do you expect? We have feathers. We don't even have fingers.
Can't even use a calculator.
Can't even count on our hands.
Who cares about the really minute details going into the final stretch anyhow?
Yeah. Who cares how many strokes separate the winner?
Winning is winning, am I right?
Yeah, Anniken 1 stroke above Kristin Tattar, who's currently shooting the hot round and looking very solid. Hole 15, this is not necessarily a guaranteed birdie. Everyone can reach it, but it is one of the more difficult holes on the course. At 579, you want to get your drive as far as you can, ideally more to the left side of the fairway, because the further right you are, the more pinched the shot is and the more difficult it is to get it to do the sharp angle required to get to this green. The basket's super close to out of bounds with the water on the right-hand side. You just got to come in nice and soft, but make sure you do get a little ground play if you're more pinched to the right.
You really got to get big distance off this tee to be able to attack here. And that's a little risky with those branches. No, it's good. It's good. And I'm not going to have, when I play casual, the rule is that's a free stroke. So if we're playing that way, that's huge.
This is going to be a massive swing.
Yeah. And as I said yesterday, that tee pad is kind of the mark of a good enough shot to be able to attack. I don't want to say easily, but it's very doable from there.
Kristin was definitely the tougher of the tee shots, having to throw a flexing shot or something that almost has more of a right finish, but she does it really well.
Huge distance. Oh, interesting. Hokom lining up the right side here. Going real flexy.
Love this.
Yeah, cool shot. Haven't really seen that. Did she do that yesterday?
I think she went
left side, yeah. Oh, I'm doing it too. Catches a tree though, and from there, that's an absolutely massive shot to get to the pin.
Can she get there? I think she can.
I mean, she can.
She's doing it.
It's just kind of risky with that corner. Wow.
Wow. So good.
So good.
Gosh.
She knows it's good.
Yeah, just 10 feet earlier and that could be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Sarah yesterday keep this one a little too wide. She makes the correction today just outside the bullseye. That was a great shot.
Bonus tee pad.
Anniken with excellent footing here.
That like never happens.
No, it doesn't.
She's centered on it too. Funny.
Wow. And she just continues to throw really perfect approaches.
And also great drives and also making putts. So impressive. Nothing scarier than Kristin Tattar on your heels trying to win your first event.
Oh wow. My gosh.
First DGPT event, I should say.
Kristin drawing metal, almost getting a skip into the basket.
Can you imagine? Just tying it up right here?
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
And that was a great metal hit. I mean, that was kind of heading towards that OB water. And if nothing else, that hillside before the water makes for really awkward footing.
A nice birdie from Sarah. Really nice correction from yesterday's round.
Anniken for her own roseate spoonbill.
Wow, in the hunt for her first elite event, and she's getting a roseate spoonbill. Some people have it all.
Yeah, they really do. We should make little ribbons with the regional bird of the week and give it out to people who get it.
We'd have to make a lot of ribbons this week.
Yeah, this week, no. But maybe in the future. And a star frame, $25 to edge, $50 total for the round.
Yeah, everyone able to capitalize on that difficult hole 15. Kristin now claiming double digits in the hot round of the day so far.
Hole 16 is a par 3, only 267, but pretty tough with all these trees in the way. Most women in the field, can't say about this card, going to take the right side, even farther right than the drone is flying, with a backhand, often a mid-range. You sometimes see fairway drivers, though. You just want to keep it on the right, skip in. There are a couple of key trees that block it. We have seen sidearms. We've seen Anniken go this skinnier gap on the left. That's much harder.
Yeah, but she takes the higher, more hyzer spike line. She came in early yesterday, but today
makes a correction.
That looks great.
She throws that same Emperor that she threw a few holes ago. Kristin going sidearm. It's kind of like, it's another one of those holes where it's a weird gap to hit, but once you're out there on the left, there's not much in the way.
Kristin navigates those early trees that Erika was talking about.
Whoa.
And navigates the late ones too.
Little anti-skip around it.
Just one little inch outside the bullseye.
Once again, putting the pressure on Anniken to make a tester putt.
Hokom really using that left side space, getting some great ground play, and she's almost right next to Kristin Tattar's disc.
Beautiful shot. I'm going to take the backhand, the more typical line, believe it or not. Sit. There is OB over there that I definitely mentioned. It's pretty far. You have to get a huge skip to find it on the backhand line.
Owen been in position so many times today. Oh, just not quite able to capitalize all over the basket.
You think she's going to up it to 400 putts a day after this?
At least for a week.
Big putt here for Anniken. Realistically, they all have been, and she's only missed one.
It's really incredible to watch. That's just making these clutch putts is such a skill that I really do feel like you have to have experience to guide you.
Yeah.
And she's
doing it.
She's won the Norwegian championships 3 times. It's different from having all the cameras and
beating Kristin Tattar and Owen Scoggins.
Number 1 player in the world, number 2 player in the world.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sure mentally she's not wondering what anyone else is doing besides herself. That's how she got here. But you got Missy Gannon, on chase card. You've got Rebecca Cox on chase card. You've got all these players that are just shredding lately.
Yeah, well, Anniken shredding all on her own.
Yes,
not even worried about it. 9 down, potentially on track for back-to-back-to-back 10s.
Yeah, look how clean that scorecard is. Clean and green. Hole 17, the Peninsula hole, a very challenging 297 feet. This is one that's very, very easy to bogey if you're getting aggressive. We'll see some players go right for this tractor, narrowly miss it, and land on the green for a birdie putt. But a lot of players going a little earlier, laying up to the entrance of the peninsula and giving themselves a circle 2 putt, just playing for par and maybe a bonus birdie.
This is scary going first because Kristin has the advantage of seeing what Anniken does. It looks like she's changing her mind. And then, being able to potentially attack or just lay up based off of what she does. This looks like a layup. That is a slower speed disc. Yeah, Z zone. And you can
that's
still get a
straight.
That's good.
Okay.
And she's going to have a circle 2 look, but not a guarantee. Kristin did the sidearm play yesterday, got to about 60 feet, made an absolutely monstrous putt on this one.
And we know she's trying to get birdies here. She is trying to catch Anniken.
Ooh,
oh my goodness.
Man. Comes within inches of that OB line corner.
And she's going to be a couple steps closer in for her putt for birdie.
Ooh, man. Now I'm nervous, but in an excited way. It was just kind of tense earlier.
Is it a little bit of a tailwind here? I can't quite tell. Sarah with a really great, more aggressive tee shot here, and it's going to pay off inside the circle for a birdie.
It was closer to a headwind, honestly. Because 18 was a headwind. Owen working the sidearm here. It's got a lot of air under it, and it's heading towards OB. She'll have an inside the circle putt to save par.
Only 9 people landed inside the circle for birdie here.
Anniken, 5 in a row. Put a little golden sombrero on that spoonbill, and let's... I think she was trying to putt it, but she laid it up.
Her body said, nope.
Yeah.
We're not doing this right now.
Door, a crack open for Kristin Tattar to tie it up. Low. Man, how often does it all come down to the 18th hole?
And it's a hole too that can so easily be bogeyed.
It can. And also it's short, but it's not a gimme birdie. Anniken really wants to put this one close to guarantee the win. Whew, stressful.
Owen 2 save par from inside the circle with the OB stroke.
Yeah, Owen really had to go for it on that one to have even a sliver of a chance.
I do like that aggressive play.
Me too.
Sarah not quite able to capitalize on her birdie putt here. And Kristin with one more hole to try to make up the strokes here. There were only 2 birdies on hole 17. Kona Montgomery and Lauren Butler shout out.
But yeah, Anniken has to make a mistake for Kristin to be able to catch her, even with a phenomenal 11 down round. The 18th par 3 272 water carry the majority of the way. They did clear out the front of this hillside. The OB line is pulled probably at least 6 feet, but maybe closer to 10 off the water. So you do got to clear it by a little bit. And then there's OB right behind the basket. I always forget to look. I think it's about 20 feet. No more than 25.
Yeah, if you come in with too much speed, you can very easily skip out of bounds.
And it's a mandatory drop zone no matter where you go, OB. That's deep in circle 2.
The runway to hole 18's tee pad.
So it was a headwind when I came through. It looks more kind of left to right now, as indicated by Anniken's hand gesture.
Perfect timing.
Ooh, y'all nervous?
I'm nervous.
Oh man, is she nervous? She doesn't look nervous.
We saw her throw the inside line yesterday. She's doing it again today where you flirt with every branch.
Oh, she's in. Oh, she knows that was so risky. But it's just a much less open line for the lefty.
Yeah, I kind of expected her to go a little more wide today, but
it works. She's in the circle.
Uh-huh.
Still has to make another one of those tester putts, though.
Didn't Kristin go out of bounds on this tee shot yesterday?
She did. Yes. She came up short. Well, it kind of hit the ground and then rolled backwards short.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate break. She's coming in much higher today.
Okay.
A lot of speed.
Oh, that's...
Oh, no.
That's it.
That is...
Anniken can just lay up now if she wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, I guess... No, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Wow.
All coming down to just this final hole. That's so exciting. Yeah, look how close this out of bounds is to the backside. It might not even be 20 feet.
Yeah, it's really close. Oh, an ace run? Just a great shot.
Yep, checks up really nicely. Oh, and the crowd favorite. Kristin from the drop zone.
Is it outside circle too, actually? Mm-hmm. Wow. Like 75 probably.
Right on the edge, I think. But really far.
Oh, and the first to congratulate Anniken.
Anniken probably having an out-of-body experience.
It looks like
right
she's
now.
reeling.
Yeah.
It's so cool to have back-to-back first-time DGPT winners at this event. It's just a really good course that can showcase a variety of FPO skill sets.
It can showcase everyone in the field. Mm-hmm. That's what's cool.
And Anniken probably thrilled that she does not have to make this.
I like that she shakes her hand out like it's not even mine anymore. Trying to keep her feet underneath her.
Wow, what a performance. Oh, I'm just finishing with a couple little fireworks. No big deal. She'll take down solo third.
Great to see Sarah on 2 lead cards this weekend.
Your Texas State champion, Anniken Stent. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Texas State Disc Golf Championship, presented by Lone Star Disc, your champion, Anniken Stent.
This is insane. Like, my hands are shaking worse than on hole 1. I have no words right now. I just need to say thank you to everyone who's been rooting for me this week. My family, my husband, everyone, and the crowd, the volunteers. It's been amazing. I think the whole Norwegian disc golf community is watching right now. So, hei alle sammen! Tusen takk! Og jeg setter pris på alle meldinger og hilsener som jeg har fått gjennom helga. Tusen takk!
All right, Texas, one more time for your new Texas State champion, Anniken Stent.
That is just so cool.
It is so cool.
What a wave of emotion she must be feeling, and it really came across in the interview. I'm so happy for her.
I mean, to shoot the three of the highest rated rounds of your career, 2 of the highest, to win your first event ever. I mean, it's unbelievable. You couldn't draw up a better storyline. We couldn't love that more because Anniken's a wonderful person as well.
I hear Disney's trying to get the rights to make a really inspirational movie about this.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it. Almost pulls off 3 10s in a row. If her hands were not disconnected from her body on that last putt, she without a doubt could have pulled off 3 10s in a row.
Kristin Tattar in second, Scoggins in third, and Missy Gannon in a tie for fourth with Lucky Lorenzen, who shot 7 down. Really impressive. So many ladies under par, so much good golf, so much fun. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed watching Anniken get her first ever Disc Golf Pro Tour victory and the final round of the Texas stint. Next time, we'll see you guys in Jonesboro for the one we all love, Jonesboro Open. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Honk.